Hello, everyone. Mark Busich of Hudson County View. Welcome to another edition of Hudson County View Live and Uncut, broadcasting today from my apartment in Manhattan. We wish we could be joining you from the studios of the Hudson Media Group in North Bergen, but just like everyone else is doing in the media, and as you should be as well, we're taking all the necessary precautions to make sure that we're all safe. So we hope that you're safe as well. We have a lot to talk about today, starting with well, a couple things happening throughout, a lot of stuff happening throughout the county. Last night, the Bayonne City Council, for example, voted on a ordinance that would provide a tax abatement, a pilot that is payment in lieu of taxes for a developer for an apartment complex that is mostly made up of Section 8 housing recipients. We'll also get to, obviously, to the numbers that the New Jersey Department of Health just recently provided as far as the number of cases, COVID-19 cases, and the number of deaths, unfortunately, throughout the county. We'll also talk about Councilman James Solomon, who last week, during the Jersey City Council's virtual council meeting, wants to expand the scope of rent protections, rent freeze protections for Jersey City residents. Currently, right now, the rent protections in place for Jersey City residents are for those in rent-controlled buildings, but the Ward E councilman would like to see those expanded to 1 to 4 family units in the city. We'll also get to another story out of Bayonne. Bayonne Mayor Jimmy Davis regarding the upcoming, well, it'll be a week from today, the celebration of Earth Day, and we'll hear a message from the mayor about what residents should expect for an altered Earth Day celebration in the Peninsula City this year. We'll also talk about some of the measures that the Hudson County Community College, as far as assistance for students, on the North Campus and the Jersey City campus, the measures that they're taking to help students, especially while they're trying to learn remotely, trying to provide them assistance. And also we'll talk about some of the unfortunate news that came out of the county regarding the passing of a civil servant employee and a former councilwoman. So again, thanks for tuning in for this most recent edition of Hudson County View Live and Uncut. We'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
Hello again, everyone. Mark Busich of Hudson County View, another edition of Hudson County View Live and Uncut, broadcasting from my apartment in Manhattan. As we said right at the outset of the broadcast, we wanted to provide you first, before we start our segments, with the recent number of cases that have been reported by the New Jersey Department of Health. They've obviously increased since yesterday. So we want to just provide those with you now, if I could just read them to you. As of 1 o'clock this afternoon, the New Jersey Department of Health is reporting 9,165 cases just in Hudson County, which is the second highest in the state, according to the Department of Health. And as far as the number of, sadly and tragically, the number of deaths is 365 deaths, which is the third highest number of deaths in the state. And just to give you some of the breakdowns, I'll just read them to you as far as the number of cases go. So if we're looking at North Hudson, for example, North Bergen has 1,356 cases and 39 deaths. Union City has 1,346 cases and 50 deaths, while Weehawken has 176 cases and 6 deaths. Guttenberg has 128 cases and 13 deaths. And we'll then move over to the western part of the county. We just have the number of cases at this point. We don't have the exact number of deaths at this time, but we're expecting the New Jersey Department of Health to provide those updates any minute now, but I can at least give you the number of cases. So again, this is in the western part of the county. Harrison has 164, East Newark has 24, Seahawk has 264, Kearney has 478, while the southern part of the county, Jersey City and Bayonne, Jersey City has 2,817 cases, while Bayonne has 436 cases. So those are the latest numbers from the New Jersey Department of Health. Again, as we also mentioned at the outset of the broadcast, there was some, just last week, John Hines reported during the broadcast last week, the tragic passing of Ward C Councilman Michael Yoon. While it was reported on Monday, or earlier this week, former Ward F Councilwoman Viola Richardson passed away, and she was remembered by the mayor and also the current Ward F Representative Jermaine Robinson. We just wanted to read to you a quote that Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fuller provided once her passing was announced. He said, "These times are hard. We are so sad to share the passing of former Councilwoman Richardson. I served with her for 8 years on the City Council, and she defined fighter plus public servant." And also, the activist, community activist Bruce Alston said that her death leaves a gaping hole within the African American political leadership realm, and he called her, using his words now, he called her at her passing. Or rather, that he will never forget what she did for him personally in 2015, and she will be on the Mount Rushmore of African-American leaders in the city of Jersey City. So again, our condolences to her family. Also, another passing was Mr. Dominic Moreno, who was the president of the New Jersey Professional Association of Firefighters. He also passed this week, and he served 25 years with the North Bergen Fire Department, and also when it was consolidated with the other North Hudson towns, he served in the North Hudson Regional Fire Rescue Department. And also there was an outpouring of support and comments by elected officials as well, including Governor Phil Murphy, who said that Dominic Moreno didn't just run into burning buildings, he knocked down walls to protect his fellow firefighters. He put his heart and soul into everything he did for his members, and in so doing, he exemplified everything you could ever want from a leader. And also New Jersey's own senator, U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, also offered up his condolences, saying that that Mr. Moreno was one of the state's bravest. He never backed down from a fight and put the health and safety of his members first and foremost. I was proud to work with Dominic to develop and pass the Firefighter Cancer Registry, extend lifetime benefits for our 9/11 heroes, and increase federal investments to ensure our firehouses have the staffing and equipment they need to protect our communities. So again, our condolences to the families of Ms. Robinson and Mr. Moreno. Mr. Moreno leaves behind a wife, 3 daughters, and 3 children and 2 grandchildren. So thanks for, again, being with us on this particular segment. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back with you for the next presentation. Thanks again for tuning in.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
Hello, everyone. Mark Busich again of Hudson County View. Thanks again for watching us on this latest installment of Hudson County View Live and Uncut. We want to bring you some news from the southern part of the county. Bayonne Mayor Jimmy Davis recently made an announcement this week as far as the city celebration of Earth Day next week, the global holiday that is, in which is the Earth Day is 50 years old this year. Started in 1970 as a way to bring more environmental awareness among business leaders, individuals, and also to bring a more environmental consciousness among the population. So he said, for example, that this year's because of COVID-19, the city will not be having its traditional Earth Day celebration where residents get together to clean up different parts of the city, different parts of the neighborhood, cleaning it up of refuse and garbage. But rather, he's asking Bayonne residents if they could just walk outside the house, because again, this is in making sure that residents adhere to the strict COVID-19 guidelines. So he's asking all residents to come out of their home, their immediate area, and just pick up any refuse or garbage, maybe even some items that can be recycled. Maybe there's some empty plastic bottles that are in front of their residence. He's asking them to pick them up. And also, if their neighbor is not able to do that, he's asking them that Bayonne residents help out their neighbors to pick up any garbage or recyclable items in front of their property that they're not able to get to. So again, the Bayonne Mayor, Jimmy Davis, provided this announcement, and let's go to that clip right now.
Hello, I'm hoping you're all well. We are now over a month into the COVID-19 pandemic and our local state of emergency. Today, I'd like to talk to you about something other than coronavirus. Instead, we need to talk about the fact that our town needs a little cleanup. Due to the crisis, we have canceled a lot of parking regulations. Our Department of Public Works is still sending out sweepers on their assigned days. And even though you won't get a ticket for not moving your car, I'm asking you to please help out and move your car on sweeper days. Take your car out for a spin, put your windows down, and enjoy some time out of the house. This will help us in keeping our streets clean. Another issue of concern is the disposal of gloves and masks. We still have people who are not disposing of them properly. Throwing these items on the ground is not only unsightly, it is also unsafe. So please, do not litter. Each year in April, we participate in Earth Day. Hundreds of people spread out all over Bayonne, and we all do our part to clean our city on Earth Day. This year, Earth Day is Saturday, April 25th. Since we can't do our normal Earth Day activities, I am proposing an alternate plan. I am asking every resident of Bayonne to step outside for a few minutes on Saturday, April 25th, and clean the immediate area in front of your residence. It doesn't matter if you own or rent. We are asking that all of Bayonne help keep our city looking good. If your neighbor isn't able to do it, we ask that you do it for them. I also want everyone to take pictures and videos and send them to us so we can create an album and share it to everyone. We all love this city, and I can't think of a better way to get out of the house and breathe in some fresh spring air and help keeping our beautiful city clean. It is actually something that we should all be doing every day during this crisis, but we really need to do it on April 25th. I will begin sharing more information about our new and revised Earth Day soon, so keep an eye out on social media and the city's website. Our city may be down, but we certainly aren't out. We will emerge from these days soon, and when we do, we need our city to be looking its absolute best. Please help us in keeping Bayonne great and Bayonne strong. Keep safe, keep well, and we'll talk later this week. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed that message from Bayonne Mayor Jimmy Davis, and hopefully many of you out there will heed his message. As he said, it's very unsightly to see discarded masks and gloves on the city streets. So again, he's asking all residents to pitch in, especially as the 50th anniversary of Earth Day approaches us. We have another story coming out of Bayonne. We probably won't get to we won't be able to get to it in this particular segment. We'll get to it right after the commercial break, but it has to do with the new tax abatement. Now, many Bayonne residents have obviously some have voiced their criticism and opposition of tax abatements for the increasing use of those tax abatements for luxury housing development in the city. Well, we have a story to tell about how the city voted for a pilot agreement that will be used for an existing structure. We'll be right back.
Most women who give birth recover without problems, but any woman can have complications after the birth of a baby. Learn the post-birth warning signs, such as fever, headache, chest pain, shortness of breath, increased bleeding, or thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else. Knowing these can save your life or the life of someone that you love. Trust your instincts. If you feel something is wrong, call and get evaluated by your healthcare provider. If your symptoms get worse or you do not hear back from your physician, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room.
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintoproperties.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the newest installment of Hudson County View Live and Uncut. Mark Bucinich here, broadcasting from my apartment in Manhattan. As we said right before the commercial break, more news coming out of the Peninsula City. Yesterday, the Bayonne City Council held a virtual city council meeting. Again, as many other council meetings are happening throughout the county to adhere to strict coronavirus guidelines, where the people are encouraged to watch the council proceedings online. And the story that was very important to report from there last night was the approval by the city council to use a tax abatement, that is, or rather a pilot, which is payment of lieu of taxes, whereby the developer and the city come to an agreement over a particular piece of property within the city, and to encourage development and incentivize development and redevelopment within the city. Well, the city enters into these agreements with developers, and the developer pays the city a set amount of money each year, as opposed to paying taxes on the property. So as we said right before the commercial break, the city has been trying to incentivize more development, redevelopment within the city by providing pilot, again, payment in lieu of taxes to developers to build a lot of different market rate apartments. But last night, the city council voted to use a pilot for a building that has been, which actually has been receiving tax abatements since 1978. And now the city council voted to extend the pilot for 15 more years. Now, most of the, it's 140, this is the Plattykill Manor Complex, which consists of and it has 147 units and consists of Section 8 housing tenants, that is. And the council president made the point of that she was much in favor of voting for this particular agreement, because just like everyone else who owns a home, they want the people at the Plattykill Manor Complex want to be able to have new bathrooms, new kitchens, and a nice home for themselves. In fact, the developer, to be granted this new pilot agreement, they had to renovate all the apartments, all 147 apartments, within the next 24 months. Now, the council president, that's Sharon Ash Nodrowski, said that, you know, there may be some extension to that timeline as far as when the renovations can be completed, because the contractors might not be able to enter the building until there's a lessening of the COVID-19 guidelines and ordinances, that is. So just to give you just to provide you with some of the figures as far as what the developer will be paying the city starting this year. The terms of the abatement call for the developer to pay the city $230,000 between 2020 and 2023, then $240,000 from 2024 to 2025, followed by $275,000 in the time frame between 2026 to 2030, and then in the last 4 years or 5 years, 2031 to 2035, the developer will have to pay a total of $315,000. Now, in addition, the developer to reach this agreement with the city also agreed to hire a private carting company to pick up the weekly refuse from the manor complex. So that particular agreement with the city will save the city $20,000 annually in garbage pickup. So that was one other incentive that the developer provided to the town to be able to reach this agreement. And they also went even further than that. Additionally, they said that they will not evict any tenant over the next 3 years because of any financial distress that they might be experiencing from the coronavirus, from the pandemic that's currently happening. As many of you know, there's the amount of, I think it was reported just earlier today, 20 million Americans reported for unemployment benefits just within the month of March. And that may be expected to continue. In fact, it just came over the wires just a few minutes ago that Governor Andrew Cuomo is announcing that New York will be experiencing a shutdown of non-essential services until May 15th. So he's extending it beyond April 30th to May 15th. But the one councilman who did have an issue with this particular arrangement was Ward 3, was the 3rd Ward Councilman Gary LaPalooza Sr., who said that he, regardless of who lived in what apartment, that any building should not be getting a tax break for the last 56 consecutive 56 years. We've run out of time for this segment, but we'll be right back, so stay with us.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
You know those times when you need to see the doctor, but you just can't get to the doctor? So where do you go? Go to the App Store, download the Telemed app from RWJ Barnabas Health, and you see the doctor right away. From any mobile device, whenever you want, wherever you are.
Quality care, no appointment necessary. The doctor is online when you download the telemed app.
Don't you feel better already?
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Hello, everyone. Mark Bucinch again of Hudson County View Live. This is our final segment for today's show, Hudson County View Live and Uncut. And this story that we like to report to you has to do with Ward E Councilman, Jersey City Ward E Councilman James Solomon, who wants to expand. The City Council caucus, that is, had their virtual meeting on Monday. And Councilman, now the city already is proposing an ordinance to extend its rent freeze of rent-controlled apartments from March of this year to, I believe, the end of August of this summer, because they're trying to make things easier for Jersey City residents who may be and probably are experiencing a lot of financial distress during the COVID-19 pandemic. So Ward E Councilman James Solomon wants to propose a couple amendments to the city's ordinance, and he wants to make sure that he would like to see these rent freezes expanded throughout the city. So, for example, he's calling for a rent control freeze on at least during this pandemic, on 1 to 4 family units. Now, he also would like to see this to be codified so that anytime there's any future pandemic that may occur, say, for example, the restrictions and all the guidelines lift from this current pandemic, but then he said, God forbid, should there be a resurgence of the COVID-19 pandemic or a coronavirus in the fall, well, if his amendments are codified, well, then the rent freezes could automatically go into effect without the city council having to vote again on his proposed amendments. But not everyone in the city council was necessarily in favor. In fact, the most vocal opponent of Councilman Solomon's proposed amendments had to do with was opposed by Councilman Richard Bargiano, who thinks that there's no need to be adding these amendments right now because there's all these protections from the state and also with the city, again, proposing a rent freeze until the August. So he said that he thought that maybe by adding these amendments to the city's ordinance, that it would just, in his words, would tick off a lot of people. So it ended with no vote on the matter, but it ended with the city's corporation counsel, Nick Strasser, said that he would be working with Councilman Solomon and the city to try to, because obviously there's two different versions that'll come before the council when it has to vote on it eventually on May 9th. Well, Nick Strasser said that he would work with both the city and Councilman Solomon to at least come to so that he could unify one version, combining both elements of the two different suggestions. So we just want to make quick mention before we wrap up today's show is the efforts by the Hudson County Community College to make assistance. Their new president, Christopher Reber, was on a media call last week announcing the different measures that the community college is taking to help students, that is, during this pandemic. Now, as you know, the students are not allowed on the campus. They had to learn remotely, and obviously there's been a lot of challenges and maybe some hardship associated with the online learning, because students are having to learn in isolation and being alone. But he said that this college just received $4.2 million in funding from the CARES Act, and they'll be using that toward tuition assistance and also for helping students with any financial assistance they may need. Again, this is Mark Bucinch with Hudson County View. Thanks again for participating.